From Los Angeles, TraderInsight.com presents Dr. Adrian Manz in the war room and at the helm with today's look at stocks and sectors on the radar.
For TraderInsight.com, this is Adrian Manz, and this is Stocks and Sectors on the Radar for Thursday, January 8th, 2009. Well, what a difference a day makes. Down 245.40 on the Dow Jones Industrial Average to close at 8769.70. 625 advancers, 2,489 decliners, and NYSE total volume of about 1.24 billion shares. Over on the S&P 500, we had bad news for the banks today. Everybody's got a bad outlook for banking. S&P was down hard. We're coming up on support and resistance on the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, NASDAQ comp. Yesterday the techs were the darlings. Intel was pushing the market higher. Then today Intel warns, and what happens? Market rolls over and moves lower on the tech indices. So everything was down today. Time Warner also warned that was no good for the Dow. We've got the Dow moving down out of the range that we've been looking at. We see that yesterday we talked about the top of that box being an unlikely violation to the upside. We were willing to look at it if it happened, but lo and behold, we're down. We're down on the 20, down on the 50, and on Thursday, President-elect Obama is going to talk to us and tell us what he thinks about the prospects for the economy. And guess what I think he's going to say? I don't think he's going to say, I'm going to be able to turn this thing around, everything's coming up roses. I think he's going to paint a very realistic portrait of what's about to happen. I think that's probably going to be bad for the markets. Markets are going to take it as a sour note. It's probably good. He's doing some expectation management, but we need to see some support in the markets hold here. Specifically on the S&P 500, we're going to need to see 890 hold in order for that index not to take a nasty move lower. We've got the VIX starting to climb again. We've been talking about the VIX and the effect of sort of a new mean in this mean reverting index. We know the VIX tends to move back toward its average, as do most things, regresses to the average. In this case, the average, however, has moved higher, right? So we've got VIX levels. I was anticipating an average around the 35 to 40 range. Looks like the VIX is going to move higher again here. I would assume now that we're talking probably VIX 45. We could see VIX 50 again and possibly a reversion up into that range as we move forward here. So who knows? It makes for some good intraday trading no matter what. We see some nice wide swings. I doubt we're going to see swings as wide as we did back late October, early November. But we might, it might just move higher and give us some real good intraday trading opportunities. Now, in terms of what I'll be watching on Thursday, I'm going to keep an eye on the gold and silver index and stocks that are related to the gold and silver index. We see here that it made a fastball move lower, and the correlated stocks in metals and mining did the same thing. I've got ABX, that's Barrick Gold Corporation, of course. Ticker symbol is ABX. We have a fastball move to the downside, trade below 30.69, 30.65, somewhere in there. Going to have me interested in a short side entry opportunity. On all these stocks I talk about, all the entries are based on my being able to find a logical stop loss that's based on logical support and resistance in the opening range and getting support from the broader index as well as the broader markets. So, they didn't get onto the trading plan for tomorrow, into the intraday trading plan service, because I couldn't find logical stops that made sense in terms of risk and reward. I do expect that logical support and resistance to exert itself in the morning. We've also got BVN. This one's also a fastball move lower. I've got 1630 as a possible entry on that one on weakness. We've got Gold Corp. Ticker symbol is GG. Trade below 26.85 is going to have me interested in a short side entry on GG. Newmont Mining Corporation, ticker symbol NEM. This one's got a fastball move lower. Now this one looks a little bit more like the type 2 fastball pattern in the book. We've got a little bit better of a consolidation range up here, although it's still wide. So the width of that consolidation range on all of these makes them not really classic fastball setups. So we got a little bit wider swings than I like to see. but they still look like they've got the possibility to just fall out of bed here. So I'm going to be watching these guys very closely during Thursday's trading. Then in machinery, sort of an unrelated sector, but also a fastball move lower here. We've got Kennametal, that's ticker symbol KMT. I'm going to look for a move below 2010 here to validate the fastball setup. Looks to me like we could see an attempt to break down and retest some support and resistance that we had down around 1925. Maybe 1935, 1950, somewhere in there. So on trade below 2010, that's a very good shot at a nice intraday scalp there. So I'm going to definitely be watching that one. And then I've got some double header setups that I'm very interested in. I've got an insurance. I've got Lincoln National Corporation. Gonna watch the index. Gonna watch the IUX.X for you Realtek users. Gonna look for a move on this one below 2095. Refresh your memory, look at the Around the Horn chapter on the double header setup, but this one looks to me to have the potential for a good downside move and retest of all the support and resistance that we had down here in the $19.15 range. I've also got Magna International, ticker symbol is MGA. This is an auto components manufacturer. There's also a double header reversal setup. You know, these can be powerful setups, or they can just sort of fizzle. But when they go, they go. So I'm going to have it. I'm going to have these three stocks I'm talking about on my radar here. Move below 32.30. Going to have me interested in an entry on this one with an initial target down at around the 31, 31.50, 31.70, somewhere in there, that range. Then finally, in construction and engineering, I've got Maztec Incorporated, ticker symbol MTZ, also a double header setup. We've got an initial target just down about 30 or 40 cents. Nice, logical place for this thing to pop to. Nice little intraday scalping opportunity. Trade below $11.55 a share on Maztec is going to have me looking for an entry opportunity if I see sort of a broader fallout in the indices and in the construction and engineering index in particular. So guys, use protective stops on every trade. Have a great trading day on Thursday. And for TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz.